Well, I will tell you that in the sports community, it's pretty difficult to believe that the NFL, a multi-billion-dollar establishment with some of the best security, money can buy, couldn't find a way to get their hands on a tape to really see what had transpired inside that hotel casino in Atlantic City. But you also have to take Roger Goodell at his word. He is the commissioner of the NFL. All of his decisions aren't pristine or all not perfect. But nevertheless, when you look at him, you don't see a man, and there's no history of him being a liar or anything of that nature. So you do have to take him at his word, but it is kind of shocking considering that we're talking about the National Football League. You've got three teams, the New York Jets, the New York Giants, and the Philadelphia Eagles, right there by the Turnpike. Atlantic City is close by. You got to believe you got some connections in Atlantic City where you could have gotten your hands on the video, but if he says he didn't,
and Ray Rice's attorney had the video, and the NFL has relationships with Homeland Security, with all sorts of government agencies. It's surprising, given the level of their influence, that they would not have seen this tape. Some people are saying it's willful ignorance. Do you believe that?
Well, I think the legitimate argument can be made about that. I mean, clearly, if you've dropped the ball and you did not see that video, chances are, if you're the NFL and you didn't see that video, it's because you didn't want to see it. There's plenty of instances where you could look at the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball. If you're a multi-billion-dollar establishment, obviously money talks, and if you have the clout, the cachet, which they certainly do, you can get your hands on the damn video to see what happened.
Okay,
so nobody's buying that.
Let's talk about this. The owner of the Baltimore Ravens, an open letter to stockholders talking about initially what they did, how they heard about the incident from Ray Rice. His explanation was that after he and Janae had consumed a great deal of alcohol, they had an argument and that they struck each other. The letter goes on to lay out a long, the timeline of the Ray Rice, and then it talks about the disciplinary action, and then it concludes this. Because of his positive contributions on and off the field over the last 6 years, Ray had earned every benefit of the doubt from our organization. We took everything we knew and decided to support Ray Rice until we could not anymore. And now his teammates are speaking out, being put in an awkward position. What do you make of these statements?
They're devastated. The teammates are devastated. There's no question about that. This is a guy from New Rochelle that starred at Rutgers. This is a guy that had just an impeccable reputation, was a pillar in the Baltimore community, was very philanthropic, contributed to many causes, was seen as a model citizen, and there was nothing like this in his history to point to. So when the owner says that we wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, that there was nothing there in his past, he is right about that.
Yes, okay. About the tape. Harvey Levin of TMZ, let's listen.
I think the real issue is, why the heck didn't the NFL commissioner seek to get it? He is a very aggressive guy, and anybody who knows anything about him knows that when he conducts an investigation, he literally micromanages it. He will make phone calls. He will do all sorts of things to make sure punishment is meted out and an investigation is aggressive.
Okay, so one of the players wrote today, a former player, Sage Rosenfeld, said, Roger Goodell made $44 million last year to make really difficult decisions. This was an easy one. Should he go?
No, I don't believe so. Roger Goodell made a mistake. He clearly dropped the ball. This incident took place in February. It wasn't until July that you handed down the decision. Clearly, the 2-game suspension, he came up short on that. He acknowledged it, implemented a new domestic violence policy, calling for a 6-game banishment for a first-time offender and a lifetime ban for a second-time offender, obviously open to appeal after 1 year. So that policy wasn't implemented in the National Football League until this incident took place. Roger Goodell is not perfect. Roger Goodell has made mistakes. He has clearly made a huge mistake in this particular situation. But the NFL is about business. It is the #1 sport in the United States. And the fact of the matter is, as the commissioner of this league, albeit not perfect, there is no question that he is not the individual that put his hands on Janae Palmer. That was Ray Rice. He should not lose his job for this.